When you don't have time for all those facts, all those truths, here's just one. When you don't have an hour free and you need to be informed, take a listen to today's Morning Moment, coming up right now. It's 11:45 Eastern. It's time for A Radio's Morning Moment.
You're listening to A Radio.
Thank you for joining us. You're listening to A Radio, and this is the Morning Moment. Follow us on Spreaker.com and click on the like button. You can find us on most social media platforms such as iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Go to our website, aradio.wordpress.com, for details, where you'll find more content and details on our podcasts and more. I've headed this piece, Biden has no clue, but you knew that, didn't you? I just wanted to make this comment. There's no clips to go with it. It is what it is. Joe Biden's advisors are working diligently with the American socialist media to scrub all references to Biden's past failures. So obviously they're pretty busy, because there are many. But if you think this has never happened before, then you are obviously wrong. As described in my last podcast, we have shown that there are clear links between the Canadian Liberal Party and the Democrats of the United States, led by Soros and Soros-funded organisations. And that cooperation, of course, works both ways. Now, the Democrat Party are working hand in glove with the American socialist media, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and others. That's just to name a few. They are actively removing any information that doesn't show either their party or their candidate in a good light. We know this, and they're redirecting search engines to other inexplicable places. We've seen that too. The trick was first done in Canada by the Trudeau regime. First, they worked with the socialist media to take down unflattering references either to him or his party. Second, and more disturbing, shall we say, non-friendly media accounts were either suspended or completely shut down. A Radio, for instance, was subject to this, and so were many other Canadians. Finally, this should be eerily familiar. News organisations were either blocked or severely restricted from access to Justin Trudeau during the election period. Now, I must hasten to add that our election period is 6 weeks, not 2 years. So it's very, very compressed, but the principle is the same. Now, to be accurate, it was before the China virus. So restrictions were, shall we say, more subtle than they've been with Bunker Biden. But the principle remains. Restrict the media you can't control, restrict the public outings, restrict the public debates, and then deny media access to the candidate. By doing all these things, it reduces the risk of, shall we say, unexpected actions. Now, the China virus has done a lot of this automatically. However, America is a very different and very open society compared with Canada. So restricting the press is more difficult, except for the fact that the majority of mainstream media is now openly socialist. So that becomes less of a factor than the last election cycle. However, America itself is not socialist. This is the mistake they are making, thinking, as Rush Limbaugh put it, America is not Twitter. Thinking that it is, and thinking that the polling that is both manipulated and withheld will sway Americans and the American population is, in my opinion, a grave mistake, which I'm glad to say they are in no danger of not doing again. It is more than likely that their arrogance will in fact be their Achilles heel. And that's my comment.
Shut it down! Shut it down forever!
You ready to shut it down? You ready to shut it down? You ready to shut it down? You ready to shut it down?
You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab, Parler, Spotify, and email. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass these links on to your friends. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all our morning moments at Spreaker.com/A-Radio. That's EHRADIO, a radio. And please click on the like button. Join us Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 11:45 Eastern, for our morning moment or tweak. And tell your friends, pass the word. We only tell the truth, not what the Canadian mainstream media want you to know. This time, more than any in history, we all need to trust but verify.